Hi everyone.
Well, we are recording. Hello everybody, how are you doing? Now, this isn't the DJ Bagpuss Show. This is a very special video. This is very, very special video. And two uploads in a day. Like, uploaded yesterday, going to be uploading again today.
It's quite an achievement, though.
What's going on? Calm down, everyone. It's fine. Now, you've never met this guy, but you will be seeing him on Friday. We've kind of done this a little bit reverse, that we've recorded on Friday, but that's not going to be up till next Friday. So, this guy's Ashley Harris. I've really messed up the timing. But yeah, so we did a episode on Friday. We'll talk about that at the end of this short video that we're going to be doing. But this man is a beloved Arsenal fan, and we had a very good football discussion. One of the best podcasts I think I've ever done on Friday. That will be coming out Friday. Just did a FIFA video that came out yesterday, so please check that out. That will be in the description. And basically, because of the FIFA video, over the next few weeks, as I'm going to be telling you on Friday, I'm going to be doing a lot of football videos. So we had a FIFA video yesterday. We've got the episode 8 of the DJ Bagpuss Show is going to be a football kind of podcast-based thing. And most importantly, with also football challenges happening next week, the FA Cup final is on Saturday. And I'm going to be firstly doing a live vlog. I'm going to be vlogging my reactions to the day when Arsenal face Chelsea. But before that, shall we preview the game? I think we should preview the game. Firstly,
whenever you're ready, mate.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready.
Good.
This should be fun.
This should be fun. Right. So this is an FA Cup final preview. Combines, as I said, with the football videos over the next few days or weeks. This is a big one. This is a big game. Arsenal against Chelsea. We talked about the Premier League final day in the DJ Bagpuss Show on Friday, which you'll see on Friday. But it wasn't a good day for us on Sunday. We just quickly say that we missed out on the top four for the first time in 20 years, which is
quite depressing.
It's
sad.
actually very
quite a sad day for the history of the club.
Depressing, yeah. And
yeah.
I think a lot of stuff is riding on this game because there's a lot of uncertainty at Arsenal at the minute. We don't know if Arsene Wenger, we presume he's going to stay, but we're not entirely sure whether he's going to stay, whether he's going to go. We don't know if the board, if Stan Kroenke's going to leave, is Usmanov going to come in to take the club, and if so, what's he going to change? Is Mesut Ozil or Alexis Sanchez staying? And it all could depend on the result of the FA Cup final. It's a huge game.
Yeah, our club is in a mess at the moment. There's so many unfinished situations right now.
Yeah.
Completely, and all of it now rests on this one game.
Yeah.
Well, most important game of the season now.
I think so. And also, like, a lot of people don't really take the FA Cup final seriously because people don't believe it's, the competition that it once was. For me, I always take it. If your team's in a cup final, you've got a chance to win silverware. It's a huge game. Whether that's, the Johnson's Paint Trophy or the Champions League, it's still a cup final at the end of the day. Manchester United. If I was a Manchester United fan tomorrow, I'd be like buzzing for a final. So I'm really looking forward to the game. I'm very nervous. I'm actually quite terrified of what's going to happen. This isn't Hull City of 2014 or Aston Villa of 2015. This is Chelsea that we're up against, who have been a machine.
Yeah, credit is definitely due for Chelsea's performances this season. Definitely, they've by far played the best football this season. Deserved Premier League champions this season.
Yeah, I mean, they've 30 wins. It's
incredible.
They hit 30 wins. They beat Sunderland 5-1 at the weekend, although Sunderland went a goal up, and I was like thinking, geez, but then obviously Chelsea put 5 where we could only score 2, so sick one. But I think when you look at Chelsea this season, they're going into this the favourites, absolute favourites going into this game.
Yeah,
we'll get to the teams and predicting the teams, but overall they're the favourites anyway.
Yeah, I think both sides have definitely accepted that they're the favourites coming into this game.
Which actually I don't mind, because even though we're going to be playing under pressure, it's a level playing field, I'd rather not be favourites. I'd rather all of the nervousness be on them, even though it's still the same kind of intensity and feel for both of the sets of teams and players. I would rather go into it being second best, because then Chelsea might not be at top gear. I'm pretty sure they
might buckle under the pressure. Well, it's unlikely because how amazing Chelsea have been this season. But at the end of the day, we have nothing to lose. We'll be the underdogs. We can just try to somehow forget about our season just for that one match. Yeah. Level playing field, neither one of our stadiums. It should be an interesting game. I truly believe we can win that match.
And I think, in the Premier League, we absolutely blitzed Chelsea 3-0 at the Emirates, and they beat us convincingly 3-1 at Stamford Bridge, so it's 1-1 apiece. On our day, we can beat anyone, but I mean, Chelsea have got a stronger squad than we have, but overall, it is a level playing field, even though we are the underdogs. And I think, maybe you're right. I think Chelsea could crumble under the pressure. I don't think Conte will let them, and I don't think Chelsea will do that. I think it'll be a very, very tight game. However, though, if we win it, I'm going to be jubilant and really happy. If we lose, obviously, I'm going to be angry. I think what I'm going to be more annoyed is if it's the manner of how we lose. If we put in 110% and we still lose just because Chelsea are a better side, then you can't really be annoyed or angry. But I don't want to see when we played Manchester United a few seasons ago, or played Manchester City this season, or even like we played Crystal Palace, not trying. If we just crumble and it's 2-3-0 after like 15-20 minutes, then I'm going to be really, really annoyed. This is a cup final. If you can't, as a player, if you can't put yourself up and big yourself up for an FA Cup final, then you don't deserve to wear the shirt, personally. That would be where I would be really, really upset if I don't see them trying.
And I think that justifies a lot of the anger from a lot of the Wenger and Kroenke out fans this season. It's the manner of how we have lost the matches. We haven't gone down fighting like we have back in the invincible days of back in 03-04. But even if we did lose a match, we would go down fighting in that period.
Yeah.
It's the manner of how we've lost, just letting teams like Crystal Palace walk through us, making Townsend look like Lionel Messi at times. It's quite astounding if you think about it.
Yeah,
and I can completely understand the anger that the fans have paying the highest prices in the league to see those kind of performances.
Yeah. But I mean, we shouldn't shoot down Arsenal before they've even played. They might surprise us, and on our day we can absolutely beat anyone. And FA Cup final, there's going to be a big build up, like all day building up to the game. There's going to be performances. It's going to be a really good classic showdown between two heavyweights. We haven't had a heavyweight FA Cup final, I think, for a few years now. Manchester United Palace, Arsenal playing Hull City, Aston Villa, City playing Wigan. I think the last big FA Cup final might be like United Liverpool or something like that. I can't really remember the last one. I'll find that out and put it in the description. The last huge heavyweight FA Cup final. I remember watching Chelsea Everton 7 years ago in the FA Cup final.
Oh, yeah.
And we've been, 3 FA Cup finals in 4 years is not too bad. Obviously, we want more, and it kind of is papering over the cracks. But you're in a cup final. We worked hard to beat Manchester City in the semi-final. I think we started out. We could have easily been 3 or 4 down by the end of that first half, but we regrouped. Nacho Monreal scored an absolute brilliant goal, and then Alexis Sanchez once again saving us. So. He's got a big game ahead of him, and Chelsea blitzed Spurs. Love it to have been a North London derby final, if I'm being totally honest. But Chelsea brought on Hazard and Costa and just steamrolled that semi-final, just like they steamrolled this season. So we've worked hard. We've got to get behind the team. Even if you're Wenger in, Wenger out, get behind Arsenal, and we'll see how well we go and see what happens. It's going to be.
Should be an interesting one.
I'm really looking forward to this match. I'm looking forward to it, but on the other hand, I'm absolutely terrified, and it'd be interesting to see my reactions in the vlog. That will be out this time next week. I'm going to be recording that Saturday. That will be out Tuesday. So now we're going to be predicting the team. So this is mine and Ashley's starting 11. This is who we think Arsene Wenger is going to pick to play Antonio Conte's Chelsea at Wembley on Saturday. We're also going to be predicting Chelsea's lineup, and then we're going to be telling you about important key men that could come onto the field. We're also going to be telling you about the key match, the man of the match, and we're also going to give our, not betting odds, but we're going to give our odds to see Arsenal's chances and Chelsea's chances, and finally our prediction as well. So, shall we get into it? Shall we get into our predictions?
Yeah, I'll see you.
So, in goal, we think, obviously, Petr Cech. We think Petr Cech is going to be the man leading the line. He's fit, he's healthy. It's been actually decent over the last couple of weeks. He had a bit of a blip.
This last month he's been in really good form, actually.
Particularly when we played Chelsea at Stamford Bridge and he passed to Cesc Fabregas like he was still at Chelsea. But yeah, Petr Cech on his day is a world-class goalkeeper. I think we're the only team that can make him not as good as he was at Chelsea. But on his day, he's saved us a lot of times, and he's also saved us from being embarrassed even further. So I think that's a no-brainer.
Completely agree with that.
It's going to be in goal. Now, we've got a couple of problems defensively. Recently, yesterday, it came out that Koscielny, obviously on Sunday, got a red card. Absolutely stupid.
Yeah, reckless
absolute
challenge.
Joke of a player. Absolute joke of a man. He should be disgusted with himself, because as you've seen, when we lost him in the 2 games against Bayern Munich, it didn't end well. And every time we lose him, we're weakened, because he is probably our best centre-back. So he absolutely stupid, knowing that you've got an FA Cup final in 6 days' time and you do a horrendous challenge like that against Everton. You know, awful. Absolutely awful. Gabriel was doubtful. Mustafi is also doubtful. So we are in a little bit of a spot of bother, really, defensively. But again, I think Arsene Wenger is going to play that 3-4-3. So we think one player that is assured to be starting, Rob Holding.
Yeah.
In that back three. He's been sensational this season.
I think every time he started for us this season, we've won.
Apart from the Liverpool game.
Yeah. He's been incredible this season.
Apart from the Liverpool game, he's won every other game that he started. I mean, he's just...
Yeah.
I don't know why Arsene Wenger didn't start him sooner.
He's been incredible, excusing the handball against Everton that he did for the penalty. He's been absolutely exceptional. One of Wenger's best pieces of business he's done in years, actually, I think.
But I think because he's quite young, isn't he, that that naivety and the mistakes he makes, that will, in time,
of course,
slowly fade away. And considering that he was bought for like 2 million and John Stones paid 50 million, I think Holding is at the level of Stones. It is a good bit of business by Arsene Wenger, and he sometimes can surprise us with the surprise transfer. I mean, we ripped him apart saying we need a world-class centre-back. Why have you brought him, Rob Holding? And he's done well, and I think he's assured an FA Cup final start. Now, obviously, no Koscielny. Gabriel's a doubt. Mustafi's a doubt. I think he will play Nacho Monreal also in that back three. Monreal can play there. He's played there a couple of times before. His best position is left back and also left wing back. But I think in that back three, he can move over to the left and sort of, whoever plays in that left wing back role can move over so they can adapt and change. And I think holding in the middle, you play Nacho Monreal in that left centre back role. I think you still kind of get away with it.
Yeah, and he has been really impressive this season. Actually, he's given 110% in every match he's been in, despite our really poor performances at times.
I remember we went through a couple of bad performances, and he had some shocking games this season. However, though, in the last couple of weeks, and he got us basically back into the game against Manchester City. So, I think on his day, he's also doing really well, and particularly is playing in that left wing back role well. And I think he can do well in that back three.
Yeah.
He's fairly quick. He's not the quickest, but he's quite quick. He's quite strong, and
he gets the job done. Definitely gets the job done.
Yeah, so I don't think that's a bad thing to do. Now, our next centre back, not so much, as I think if we haven't got Gabriel, Mustafi, I mean, these are doubtful. If they're fit, they'll play. But if we've got no Koscielny, no Gabriel, no Mustafi, I think it might be Per Mertesacker coming back into the team for the first time this season, which isn't great, let's be fair. But do you think he could potentially do a good job for us?
I think he will get the job done. It's just the issue of pace. I think that is the main.
He's up against Eden Hazard and Costa, and that could be a problem.
I mean, as we all remember, one of the last times we did play Chelsea when Mertesacker got sent off.
He got sent off for the tackling Diego Costa.
Yeah, the last mate, and he's not even the fastest player. He just has tenacity and flair that just accelerates him. Yeah. Mertesacker just couldn't handle it. Yeah. So, I do fear for the final for that.
I do fear for the final of that, but hopefully Mustafi will be back in time. Gabriel, is Gabriel definitely out for the FA Cup final?
Yeah, his injury did look really bad. He got stretchered off against Everton, so that looks like a serious doubt for Saturday. And
Mustafi's also still not 100%.
Yeah.
But the only good thing I would say is that I think he would go on the right side. So I think in right wing back it will be either Hector Bellerin, or if he's fit and returns, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, so he can protect Mertesacker in that right defensive zone, particularly if Hazard is bombing down. Oxlade-Chamberlain can tighten up with him, so Mertesacker has to have that protection. If he's isolated, then we're in major trouble, because Hazard will just disco Dave round him and get in and score. So we need to ensure that Mertesacker is protected. Bellerin is quick, he's athletic. I don't think he's brilliant in the right wing back role. I think Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is much better, and he's been our standout player this season, next to Sanchez. Oxlade-Chamberlain has been one of our best players, and I really hope he doesn't get sold in the summer transfer window, because there are reports that he might potentially go to Liverpool. But I do think Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, if he's fit, he will go into that right wing back role. Bellerin will drop to the bench, but if he's not fit, Hector Bellerin. So we've got pace down that right wing back position. So, defence, Rob Holding, Nacho Monreal, Mertesacker, Gibbs and Bellerin, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain if he's fit, and if Mustafi or Gabriel are fit, then they will come into that side. But obviously, Laurent Koscielny is 100% out of the team. He will not be playing for the rest of this season, so that's annoying. That's annoying. Now, let's go on to midfield. Now, we both think easy, Granit Xhaka, Aaron Ramsey in the centre of that midfield in the 3-4-3. Ramsey scored a great goal at the weekend against Everton.
Superb finish, top corner.
Brilliant goal, absolutely brilliant goal. And Xhaka's got that nastiness and edginess in him that kind of he can produce on the big moments, but more often than not he's been a shadow, particularly after Christmas, and he's just been awful. But on his day, I think he will do well.
Well, he has the physical attraction that most Premier League clubs would want, especially his holding position in midfield. But I just think he just has poor decision making.
Yeah, he needs to learn. If he could master his timing, and get into positions where he could be an impact with that nastiness, then he'd be, I think, a sensational central midfielder, and probably could even match N'Golo Kante, but he's nowhere near that level.
Yeah, he just needs to support the defence a bit more. I think he will be along the same path, as Kante. He does have similar traits, just needs to control his aggression.
And he just bombs forward far too much for a holding midfield.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And also, when one goes forward, one should track back. What the problem I think is that both Xhaka and Ramsey have a tendency to break forward. Then you get hit on the counter attack, and it's like you have potentially Hazard, Costa, and Willian up against 3v3, and then you're in major trouble.
We know who's not in that.
Well, exactly. Like, you're just in major trouble if that happens. But I do think that they will be playing in midfield. I think they will do a good job. You've got obviously Gibbs and Bellerin or Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in the wing back positions in that 4 piece with either Monreal, Mertesacker, Holding in the back, or Gabriel or Mustafi if they play. So I don't think Arsene Wenger's got any choice in that midfield. Maybe, Coquelin potentially. I don't know if is he fit, Coquelin?
I think he is fit.
He might be fit. I think he is, but he hasn't played quite a lot, and I don't think. And El Neni is obviously a player that will just come on.
I like El Neni. I do like him. He's a really good player.
I think he's a decent player. It just depends really on if he can do that job and do that job well. But I think if you've got Xhaka and Ramsey fit, they play. They're ahead of El Neni and even Coquelin to that.
Yeah, I agree with that as well.
So now we're on to the exciting stuff. Our front three: Mesut Ozil, Alexis Sanchez are going to be in that starting lineup. Yeah. I think Wenger's missing a trick though in that back three, because I would play a 3. I think it's 3-4. Yeah, I'd be playing a 3-4, like 1-2. So I'd have Ozil in the number 10 role, and then Sanchez and whoever the striker is partnering. He plays Ozil out wide. I think he kind of is missing a trick. Obviously, in game, Ozil tracks into the middle, but I think that'd be something. I think that would do well, particularly Ozil in that, Ozil in that holding that. Number 10 role, just outside the holding players rather than being out wide, because obviously he moves forward, but then you've got the likes of probably Azpilicueta and David Luiz who will have a field day with Ozil down the left-hand side, because every time he moves, David Luiz will move forward to him and he won't be able to have that impact. So I think he should start in that number 10 role, the position where he always has been. I think Wenger's missing a trick there. Yeah,
no, I completely agree with you. We all know Ozil isn't a workhorse. We all know. No. We all know that he won't 100% chase the ball. I mean, he'll get the ball and just pass it. We know he's just a playmaker, and that's the best of his abilities. Yeah. We know he won't go running at the defenders. So it would have made sense to have him in that number 10 role behind Sanchez and Welbeck because of his passing range.
Yeah.
It would have created a lot of opportunities for Sanchez to run behind the defence. But we'll just have to see.
Maybe in game that he will actually do that and maybe it will work. But from what I've seen this season, Ozil's always been out wide and I've always been shouting to tell like, move over, go into that central like number 10 role and then put balls over the top. You know, I don't quite understand why he doesn't do that. But obviously Alexis Sanchez is going to start. He's our key man. He can win a game for us on his own. I think he'll either be on that right-hand side or he'll either be up front in that striker position. I mean, what a man. What a beautiful, beautiful man Alexis Sanchez is.
I mean, he wins this game single-handedly, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I mean,
really hope this is not his last game either.
Oh, God, don't even get me started on that.
I pray that he signs a contract and I think a lot
all dependent on this game,
riding on this game, whether he decides to stay or not. Can't see him playing a disco team in the Europa League, though.
And you've got to think he was limping at the end of the Everton game, so he may not even be 100%.
He might not even be 100. Yeah, that is a good point. Sanchez is a doubt because he has been limping. I can't see him miss.
He will play even injured, but
I can't see him miss it even if he is injured. But you never know. I hope the Arsene Wenger needs to manage his players more effectively to stop these major injuries because the amount of injuries we have over the last 10 years has been monumental.
I know.
Really.
And then Jack Wilshere's been at Bournemouth for like the whole season with one injury.
Yeah.
At the end, just work that one out.
It's just... that's for a different video though. That is certainly for a different video. And up front, Danny Welbeck. First FA Cup final for the Gunners. I think he will start. Wasn't with us against Hull City and he was injured against Aston Villa in 2015. So I think he will start. I think Arsene Wenger recognises that we need pace. Pure pace up front. You could bring on Walcott. I don't think Olivier Giroud. I don't see him.
In a game of this magnitude, I don't see what more he can add.
Yeah.
To trouble this.
I think he could come on later on during the game.
Yeah.
And be an aerial threat. Because Chelsea are not the best actually
that.
Defending set pieces. So I think if it's still 0-0, 10 minutes to go, you bring him on, and you might get a chance. Maybe he'll score another scorpion kick. At Wembley, you never. You never know.
It's the FA Cup, mate. You know.
Anything can happen on the day. But I think Arsene Wenger hopefully will go with that.
Well, it would have made sense to get behind that Chelsea back four. We just needed pace to penetrate that defence.
Yeah. So that's the starting 11 that we think we're going to have. Cech, Holding, Monreal, Mertesacker, Gibson, Bellerin in the wing-back positions, Granit Xhaka and Aaron Ramsey in the midfield. And then you've got Ozil on the left, Sanchez on the right, Welbeck in the middle. But obviously we would want Ozil in the number 10 role, Sanchez left striker, and Danny Welbeck right striker. Good enough team.
You should be the manager of Arsenal, Stephen.
I won't go that far. But it's mainly just FIFA. It's just my FIFA. It's my FIFA tactics kind of make me kind of think that I could do
out of the box
a decent job. Yeah, maybe. So now let's quickly predict. We're not going to spend too much time on Chelsea because we are Arsenal fans. But this is the starting 11 that I think Antonio Conte will start. And I mean, for me, as I said in the DJ Bagpuss Show episode 8 that you'll see on Friday, my dad's a huge Chelsea fan, so I follow Chelsea. I know quite a lot about them, and I've been watching them all season. So in goal, Thibaut Courtois.
That's a no-brainer.
No-brainer. Most of these are no-brainers. Exceptional goalkeeper has been Chelsea's best goalkeeper, I think.
Got a Golden Glove this year.
Yeah, Golden Glove he got on Sunday when they lifted the Premier League title after beating Sunderland. Back three of David Luiz, Gary Cahill and Cesar Azpilicueta. Or Dave, as they like to call them at Chelsea. And my dad loves to call him Dave. Cesar Azpilicueta, good old Dave. But yeah, that's again no-brainer. David Luiz has been exceptional. Cahill has been amazing. Azpilicueta, I think, one of the best defenders we've had in the Premier League.
One of the best left backs in the world. He's extremely underrated, I think.
Yeah, and even better in that back three in that centre back position. He's been out of this world. Marcos Alonso, Victor Moses, wing backs. Again, Marcos Alonso has been extraordinary.
Surprise package for me this season. I didn't think his signing would be as good as it has been.
I completely underrated him. I thought he was going to be awful. I've never ever heard of him.
I didn't think a Serie A player would be able to cope with the physicality of the Premiership.
And he's just
as well as he has done.
Do you remember that goal he scored against Bournemouth?
Bournemouth, that free kick.
Free kick,
exceptional.
Beautiful. And Victor Moses is the best I've seen Victor Moses play ever.
Yeah, and
he's been extraordinary this season, Victor Moses. To play in that right wing back role and master that, best right wing back I've seen for many years, and it shows that he's always had the potential to be a really, really like world-class player, and he's just never had the time to, or the faith. Managers have not put the faith in him to get him to that level, and Conte's have put faith in him, and credit to him, because Victor Moses has been absolutely exceptional. Jose Mourinho, that's another mistake that you made at Chelsea, thinking Victor Moses was awful. Obviously though, in midfield, this is a bit interesting because obviously N'Golo Kante is a cert.
Oh yeah,
cert to be in that midfield. You've got though a bone of contention, Nemanja Matic or Cesc Fabregas. And for me, I think he'll play Cesc Fabregas in midfield. The only reason I say that is because obviously Fabregas' roots with Arsenal, and also the fact that I don't think necessarily against Arsenal you need two central defensive midfielders. You don't need the same type of player. Because from a Chelsea perspective, if I'm Antonio Conte, I'm thinking they're vulnerable anyway defensively. So Fabregas can be that playmaker that can open them up even easier than, say, of a Matic play. I would love both Matic and Kante to play, because but then again it might make us even harder to break down. So I think Fabregas might start.
Yeah, no, that does definitely make sense. As you know, Fabregas has got incredible passing range, and
he's been in good form recently.
Yeah, he has been as well, and it does make sense that sentimental value of playing against Arsenal. He'll be 110% motivated. To even score against us. I think. Definitely.
And then the front three just doesn't really need any introduction. Pedro, down the right hand side,
under Conte, I think,
been exceptional. Diego Costa up front. We know how much he loves to play against Arsenal, and he will be ensuring that he gets himself a goal after last season's shenanigans. And then obviously their player Eden Hazard, that we really do need to watch out for.
Yeah.
Can't have Disco Koscielny, spinning around trying to stop him. And he isn't even going to be playing, but still, seriously, need to put 4 on Eden Hazard if you need to, really.
Yeah, but as we all know, we remember what he did at Stamford Bridge against us. That's just a warning sign for this match. So.
Really, you've got to be careful and cautious. And obviously on the bench, you've got the likes of Nemanja Matic. Willian can come on to cause problems. And then we've got, obviously, Olivier Giroud that come on for that aerial threat. Theo Walcott, and one of the greatest players to come on to save us, Alex Iwobi.
I think he's a good player.
He's a good player. He's not the sort of player though that 0-0 10 minutes ago, who should we bring on? I know. Let's bring on Alex Iwobi.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
We need that world class, but he has been good. He has been good this season. I'm not criticising Alex Iwobi. It's just he's not that world class player that we need.
Someone's made an impact off the bench. Yeah, I totally understand what you're saying.
Sadly. However, though, the key men, as we've said, Alexis Sanchez and Eden Hazard, both for Chelsea and Arsenal. Who do you think will come out on top between Sanchez and Hazard?
Yeah, you're not going to like my answer. As an Arsenal supporter, I am going to say Eden Hazard.
I mean, if anyone is going to save us, it will be Alexis Sanchez.
Oh, of course.
But,
definitely.
Yeah, Hazard. This debate whether who's better, Alexis Sanchez or Eden Hazard, and I think it's 50-50. The only reason I say that is also that how Hazard dipped last season, you wouldn't see that from Alexis Sanchez.
No, you wouldn't.
And I think on their day, they're even. I'm saying controversially, I'm saying that. I think Hazard is this season been better than Alexis Sanchez. I know Sanchez has been amazing, but I think Hazard's been on that level. But I still think in the big games, Sanchez delivers, and Hazard at times in the big games, I've seen him fade away, if that makes sense. I don't think there's a lot in them, in who's better, Alexis Sanchez or Eden Hazard. And I think both of them are world-class players, but I think both of them have negatives to each other.
Yeah, no, I completely understand that, but I also think Sanchez as well, single-handedly leading a team that's been in poor form. I think it needs to be taken in serious consideration as well. Hazard is surrounded by world-class players.
Well, you take out Sanchez from Arsenal, where are we?
I'm saying mid-table team.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been electric, but I think if you look at Sanchez at his best and Hazard on his best, there's not a lot in it. Most people say Hazard's better than Sanchez, but I only think that's because Hazard's won more than Sanchez. That's the only factor.
That's probably the main factor, yeah.
Where people assume that he's better. I mean, my dad's a Chelsea fan, obviously he thinks Hazard's better. I think it's a level playing field. But, it'd be interesting to see who comes out on top. It's a key battle, and the key men in both of them. Man of the match. Who do you think man of the match will be?
I'm gonna say Fabregas.
Fabregas.
Man of the match.
See, I'm going Petr Cech because I think he's going to be so busy but he's going to make a lot of amazing stages. Do you remember that Community Shield game that he played?
Yeah.
Where he literally saved us and won us that game. We had one golden moment with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, and Cech kept us in the game. I think he will be the man of the match. And yeah, I agree with you. I think if Cesc Fabregas plays, it will be him or someone like Kante. I think probably might get the man of the match.
Yeah.
He's on fire. Finally, Arsenal's chances out of 10. What do you think?
I'm going to say 3, maybe 4 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I say 4 out of 10. Chelsea?
I'm going to say 7 out of 10.
I agree with you. Spot on. Both. Yeah, so Arsenal's chances 4 out of 10. Chelsea's chances 7 out of 10. And most importantly, your prediction. The FA Cup final, Arsenal-Chelsea. What is going to be the score?
You're not going to like this one, Stephen. I do think Chelsea are going to beat us 3-1. 3-1 on the day. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, for me, my head says Chelsea will win 2-1, but my heart says, Arsenal, it's 1-1, and Sanchez gets through 89th minute, gets past David Luiz, flicks it up and over and scores, and we win 2-1 later on. But I think lots of people are saying Chelsea are going to win like 5-6-0. I think it will be a lot closer than that.
No, I agree
but my
with
heart does say that Chelsea will win this by 2-1. Ash thinks 3-1, but I think we both think that if we do win, it will be like a 2-1 to Arsenal. We pray anyway. I'd love to win the FA Cup.
Never know. It's the FA Cup final.
Never know. But that is it. That is our FA Cup predictions and preview. And God, 31 minutes. That was a good one. Now, finally, we've got a Premier League season review podcast on Friday. Ash, tell us a little bit about what to expect on episode 8 of the DJ Bagpuss Show on Friday that people will see. I'm currently editing right now.
Oh, well, we're going to be talking about our players of the season, who are predictions for next season. We're also going to be discussing the overall team performances of the season, so got a lot to look forward to this Friday.
And you get to see me and Ash talk again, so you're welcome. So also I've got that, so I'm going to be recording my FA Cup final vlog on Saturday, the day of the game. Make sure it's on BBC One, kicks off at 5:30? 5:30 kickoff?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think it's 5:30 kickoff. It's on BBC One, BT Sport. BBC are doing a whole day of FA Cup build-up that you'll see on my vlog as well. And obviously my FA Cup final vlog will be coming out next Tuesday. FIFA 17, if you're a FIFA fan, I did a Premier League Team of the Season pack opening. That came out yesterday. Really enjoyed making that video and really, really pleased with that. And so that is up on my channel. I'll leave a link to it in the description. Catch up on the DJ Bagpuss Show if you've missed any of the episodes. That will be in the description as well. Bagpuss Uncut, also check out the first season. That is coming back very, very soon. Going to be doing a football challenge video where we're going to be actually having real football challenges coming up. Lots of great stuff coming up on my channel, so hit that subscribe button, turn your notifications on so you don't miss a single second. Leave your predictions and thoughts down below to the Chelsea-Arsenal FA Cup Final 2017, and hopefully we'll see how it goes. So thank you again, Ashley, for coming on to the show. You'll see him on Friday. So he was in the episode 8 of the DJ Bagpuss Show and also in today's video. So thank you so much for coming on today. Again, getting him up earlier than need be, so it means a lot to be doing that. And that will be out Friday. FA Cup final vlog out Tuesday. And till then, I shall speak to you all very, very soon. So take care. See you later. And so Chelsea should be interesting. Should be interesting.
Yeah, definitely.